So, Children of Eden. I honestly don't know where to start with this book. Okay, so Children of Eden is a book by YouTuber Joey Graceffa, and let me just start by saying, I like Joey. I watch Joey's videos. I enjoy him. I think he's funny. Yada yada, okay? That wasn't gonna per se my opinion of this book. Although I did like how he marketed it with his, with that little short film to introduce it, and like the different ads he made. However, how did I just word that? Liking Joey did not make me like this book. And I wish it would have. I wish I could have been one of those people being like, yeah, one of my favorite people wrote this, so I'm gonna enjoy it. I went into this with, I don't know, it took me a while to even pick it up because I was iffy about it. I was really iffy, and I found it on sale on Amazon, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give this book a try because it sounds really interesting. And it started out really interesting, the way they describe this world, Eden, which is like this like bubble of everyone who survived this disaster that destroyed Earth. And it's in this bubble where like everyone's contained and everything. The way they described this world was really, really cool. I was really interested. But there were so many points where it just bored me or it irritated me and I couldn't just keep reading. I've been trying to read this for months, you guys. Like, I got this like beginning of summer. And it's October now. His second book just came out and I'm barely finishing this. Barely. And I feel bad for bashing the book because like so many people are like, oh, it's so good, and oh, it's Joey, and it's like, there's so much, like, just so many points where it's just like, it's so boring to read on, and it just didn't captivate your attention anymore, and it was just boring. I'm sorry. And then, oh my god, don't get me started. The love triangles. Doing the fucking love triangles. Like, with, okay, let's take a moment to talk about, Rowen, the main character, who I believe is the chick on the cover, and the dude is her brother, because she's a twin, second child and all that. Did I even talk about the plot of this book? Okay, let's talk about the plot of this book. So, in Eden, you can only have one child per household. Any second children are done. You can't afford them. You can't, you can't afford them, like, the society can't afford them with sharing food and rations and all that crap. So, only one child per household. If you have a second child, they're gonzo, yada yada yada. You can get punished, all this stuff. Well, it turns out these two are twins, and one was kept in secret, while the other was allowed to live, so, yada yada yada. The mom, the family tries to get implants for the daughter, things go to shit, yada yada yada, and the plot, it rolls on and keeps going, and, yeah. Like, it sounded really interesting. It was a really interesting concept, and if you haven't watched Joey's, like, short film introducing the book, it's really good. It seems really cool. That was one of the things that really drew me to this project and made me want to read it. Yeah, but then let's look at Rowen and Lark, who is her brother's best friend, who his brother has a crush on. She ends up making out with Lark. Like, her first kiss is with Lark. And so you have this first right off the bat, you have like the two girls. And then later in the book, there's, what's his name again? Lycan, I think his name is. Lycan. I like it. I'm not 100% sure. She makes out with him later. She has these conflicting feelings. She's like, maybe I just have a thing for people. Cause like I said, she's been kept in secret all these years. She's just like, her first experiences out is basically what this book is. This is her first time getting out. And all the shitstorm that ensues from her leaving and being found out about being, being found out about a second child, all that stuff. This love triangle kind of ensues when you bring Lark and Lycan into the same room with Rowen. Fucking love triangle, man. And, like, I see him trying to spice it up with, like, here's a lesbian, and then it's, like, lesbian versus straight, I guess, with the love triangle. But it's, like, not to mention the fact that Lark kind of sold her out. Like, she apologized and everything, and, like, she didn't mean it. She was just trying to help. She thought these people were trustworthy. But she, like, promised not to tell anyone about Rowen, and she still kind of sold her out, being like, hey, I know the second child, and I'm gonna help her. And, like, you still sold her out. You weren't supposed to tell anybody. I don't care if they're trustworthy or not. It's like, what were they gonna do for the second child? I mean, her mom had a plan in place, and then, like, Lark just went around and ruined it. And, like, a lot of this book is her contemplating, like, did my first friend really betray me? Did something happen? Like, what did I do? And then when it's confirmed that Lark betrayed her, she, like, really quickly she forgives her and lets her go. Like, there's some, like, but it's really quick with that she forgives Lark, and, like, suddenly everything's okay. And just the way that the child, I get that they're teenagers, but the way that Lycan and Lark, like, childishly try to argue, they're not really arguing over her, but, like, their bitterness towards each other, and how, like, angry they get when the other one is mentioned or brought up more into conversation. Rowan even brings this up, like, one person gets, like, jealous if the other person is mentioned more in front of them, like, yada, 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 going and gets more attention. Oh, it was so, I hated it so much. But I literally just finished this, it's, like, October 8th when I filmed this, so I don't know when this is going up, but, yeah, I'm in the middle of a readathon right now, and I'm pausing to rant about this book, because, my goodness. And I feel really bad about, like, spewing all this stuff out, but it's like, I don't know, I just really didn't like it, and I'm always seeing such positive things about this book, and it's like, am I just sharing an extremely unpopular opinion? Yes, I'm sorry, people who like Joy Graceffa, and I'm one of them. I wanted to really like this book. I went into this book wanting to like it. I even waited a while after it came out just to be like, hey, it's like, people seem to like it. I should have known it would be, that bit would have been, like, tainted by people who are just, like, diehard fans. Would have been like, anything he makes is awesome. But I did wait a while before picking this up. Like I said, I picked this up during the summer. It's October now, and I barely finished it. I've been truly trying to read it for all this time. And it's only, like, 278 pages. That should have been a quick read. But it was just, some parts of it were so slow, and I couldn't force myself through it, that it took me months to get through. And like I said, I'm sorry I have this unpopular opinion and I didn't like it and everything, but I have to be honest with myself and, like, everyone else, and, like, I wish I had liked it better. As of right now, I don't want to pick up the sequel, which is Elites of Eden, but if you have picked up that book, tell me if it's, like, if it gets better than this. It's like the ending, how they ended it, like, suddenly there was an earthquake, and then, like, she's suddenly captured and in the prison. How did she get from that into the school? Like, I don't even mind spoilers, but if you are gonna leave spoilers in the comments, be sure to tag them, even though I've said spoilers in this video. There might be people who haven't, like, read it all the way through or are interested in it and they want to check out the sequel. So make sure to tag spoiler warning if you're going to tell me about spoilers for the second book in the comments. I want to know if it gets better. Right now, I really don't want to pick up the second book, but try to convince me, guys, because I don't know. I want to give Joey's book a second chance. I know he's really proud of them. I know he's, like, really excited for them. I know he wants to turn them into a movie franchise and all that. I just don't know. This book is leaving me with so many feelings, and I think that, like, the negative kind of outweighs the positive. There were good parts of this book. I really loved the world building in this book. I love, like, the cover. I find the cover really interesting. I fucking love the spine. Like, even with the circle on the back, what Eden looks like underneath all the words. Like, there were parts of this I really enjoyed, and then there were just parts that I couldn't get through. It was so boring. Keep dropping the book, I'm sorry. And it's just so hard to get through. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts and opinions. If you disagree or agree, like I said, leave it down in the comments. If you're going to leave spoilers, make sure to tag it spoiler warning, because we don't want to ruin this book for anyone who is still interested or whatever. And this is just my opinions on the book, so if you liked it, good for you. I'm happy that you enjoyed this book. It was just, I guess it just wasn't a book for me. And as bummed as I am, I have to accept that. Maybe I'll try it again in a few months, but as of right now, I'm not gonna rate it very good on Goodreads. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if you didn't. Please don't get too mad at me for not liking this book. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely day / night, and I'll see you later.